The A-Hope Garden Intelligent Planter or the ZITS Indoor Hydroponics Growing System? Which system is best for your needs? Well, both of them have 8 plant sites, as you can see here in the A-Hope Garden. It has this little small net cup. Now I have here half of a 1-inch Rockwall cube that I'm using to start my seedlings, but you can also use the standard size grow pods that come with this unit. And this one over here, the ZITS unit, I have the standard size grow pods in it. I've started some little lettuce seeds. And again, the net pots are relatively the same size as they are in the A-Hope Garden. And both of them have pumps that are able to oscillate the water. Both of them have a 3-liter water reserve for the unit. And both of them have caps that you can use to be able to plug the holes where you add your nutrients. But what are some of the differences between the two units? Well, for one thing that's very noticeable is the sound of the pumps inside the units. I want you to listen to A-Hope Garden. We're going to go ahead and turn the pump on. Again, the lights are the same between both units. Both of them have vegetable lights and flower lights. So that's all the same, but the pump sound is quite a bit different between the units. Now, listen to A-Hope Garden pump. I don't know if you can hear it. It is running, but it's very quiet. You can see it's oscillating the water there. And if you look inside, you can see how much it agitates the water. You can barely hear it working down there. But it's a very quiet pump, which I like for some of the places in my home where I want it quiet. This one is definitely nice and quiet. All right, now you've heard the A-Hope Garden pump. We'll go ahead and turn that off. And now let's turn the pump on in the ZITS unit. All right, I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a noticeable difference in the sound in this unit. Again, you can see the water agitating, but you'll notice that it agitates the water a whole lot more in this unit than it does in the A-Hope Garden. Look at how much more that is mixing the water up and aerating it for your plants. And that is why the pump is a lot louder. You can definitely hear the pump in this unit more. But for some of your plants that need more aeration, particularly herbs and some of your plants like strawberries, they might need a little more agitation to properly develop the roots. You might prefer the ZITS unit over the A-Hope Garden because it will provide more agitation for those roots as they develop and more air for the roots. But when it comes to things like lettuce and leafy greens, they don't need quite as much agitation. They do okay with a unit that perhaps doesn't provide as much agitation, which is, it's very still. You can see it just barely mixes up that water. But as you can see, it doesn't nearly give it as much aeration as the ZITS unit does. You can see how much that water level is getting mixed with the pump in the ZITS unit. So it really depends on what you're trying to grow and what your needs are in terms of noise, and whether the ladder pump in the ZITS unit is going to be a problem for you. But it really isn't that loud. I think it's, obviously you can hear it running, but it isn't too bad. But if you want a quiet unit you might want to try the A-Hope Garden over the Zits. So it all depends. Now, one thing the A-Hope Garden has that the Zits unit does not have, it has these little caps, which are great for plugging the holes on the plants you are not planning to grow in. In this case, I have quite a few lettuce plants, and there's no way that I can grow all of these to their full head size in this unit. If I have all 8 holes planted and try to grow them all up, they're going to crowd each other out. They're about the size I need to get these guys transplanted. And really, this size unit is best for about 3 lettuce plants. I usually plant 1 lettuce plant here and 1 back here and 1 in the corner, and that seems to be the nice size and spacing for the lettuce in this size unit. But when I have them all planted like this, it's great for starting seeds like I did in here. I'm going to transplant these into my hydroponic systems with the regular net cups. And with that kind of thing, when I only have 3 left in here, I'm going to want to put caps on the remaining holes, and that's what the A-Hope Garden allows me to do. But the Zits unit does not come with any caps to cover the unused holes. So I see that as a drawback when I'm trying to grow lettuce to its full head size. But this is perfect for starting seeds for my garden or seeds that I plan to transplant. And if you use the regular biosponges that come with this unit, it's really nice because these can be planted directly into your garden. So I like to use this for starting my seeds for my garden, this one for starting my seeds for my hydroponics, and just put 3 of them left in the unit when I want to grow them to their full size. So there's a lot of pros and cons between these 2 units. The A-Hope Garden has a quiet pump, but it doesn't agitate the water as well as this unit. The A-Hope Garden has little plant caps that you can put on the holes that you're not going to use when you're growing like things like lettuce that needs a little more space. But the Zits unit has something the A-Hope Garden does not have. It has these little plant stakes, which when I'm starting plants for my outdoor garden, like my tomato plants, I definitely like this unit here because I can put these little stakes in these holes to support the tomatoes as they grow. And because the light deck on the Zits unit goes higher, it's taller than the A-Hope Garden, it really is ideal for starting those larger plants, those taller plants. You have a better pump, provides more agitation. You have stakes to support the stalks as they grow. And as you can see, the light deck goes up taller in the Zits unit than it does in the A-Hope Garden unit. So again, it depends on what you're going to grow in these units as to which unit will be best for your hydroponic needs.